I am so excited that you're watching this video because it's very similar to a video that I watched back about 18 months ago when I was looking to jump into this online space as well. My name's Peter and I'm a mum of two. Zoe is 12 this year and Jake is 10 this year, and they're in primary school up here in Mackay. We've got 5 acres. My husband is a diesel fitter out at the coal mines. He drives in and drives out, and he's away 7 days at a time, whether it be on day shift or night shift. So I wear the 2 hats, half the time. I don't have any of my own family up here. It's just the in-laws, and my mother-in-law helps out, where she can. However, she has got all 9 grandkids living in this area, so she gets spread pretty thin. Back when I found this online business, I was working full-time in a very high-paced human resources and recruitment role in the mining industry. And when ramping up for a project or a shutdown out at the mines, it can get extremely hectic. There's KPIs to be met, and it's just all over very stressful. I was doing extra long hours, 40 plus at least. And then I was having to log on for work when I got home as well. If I hadn't got everything done, and I had to do the school pickup. And it was one particular morning I was driving. I got to work, and I'd been fighting with the kids all morning about hurry up, get your stuff together, put your shoes on, brush your teeth. I'm like, why do I have to remind you 5 times? It's the sing-song of every household before school, most of the way around the country and the world, right? And I dropped the kids off at before school care, and they hated it there, absolutely hated it. They just did not want to go. And then, the long day, I suffer from Hashimoto's, which is a hypoactive thyroid, which means it's an underactive thyroid, and I get really tired. So, about 3 o'clock in the afternoons, I'm just eating. I'm just emotionally and stress eating to keep myself awake enough, drinking 5-6 coffees a day. And I've, just gradually been putting on weight since my son was born, basically, and since I went back to work in 2017. And then the kids are in after school care, pick them up at 5:36 and then get home. You've got to feed the animals, because we're on 5 acres, we've got dogs, chooks, cats, birds, horses, whatever. And I got to work one morning. I sat in the car. I was a bit early for work, and I just sat in the car in the car park and was just crying. I'm like, I cannot do this. And I needed to put fuel in the car, and I had to check the bank account to make sure I had at least $50 to put money in the car, fuel in the car. And I just thought, I cannot do this anymore. I'm so sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, trying to make ends meet, trying to do the do, and I was just over it. A good friend of mine, she was a manager of a stock feed business, her family stock feed business, for 30 years, and I'd been friends with her, on and off for the last 15-20 years, and I thought, something's different about this lady. And she was posting online about this business opportunity, and I thought, Kylie wouldn't be into anything like that. She's a rigid edge country chick, no fuss, no BS. And I thought, what would she be doing in the online space? I thought that's a bit dodgy. And of course, going into the stock feed place to get stock feed and stuff like that, I asked her about it. She said, oh yeah, it's about this, it's in the online space of high ticket affiliate marketing. And I thought, what's that all about? Anyway, I was on my way out, I had to get going. But I kept an eye on it, and I thought, oh, what's she doing? And her personality changed as well. She was just happier. She had a much better outlook on life. And she said that she was planning on quitting her 9 to 5. I'm like, hey, my ears perked up. And I thought, what? That is my dream, to be able to quit my 9 to 5, but still be able to contribute to the household income. I mean, come on. And I watched. And I also noticed that a horsemanship instructor of a lady friend of mine that I've been friends with online for about 10 years, she was doing it as well. And I thought, what are these people aren't into online stuff? Like, it's all scam stuff. Like, what would they be doing? Anyway, I finally asked, and I reached out, this afternoon after I'd been crying. And then I had a full day of being micromanaged at work as well. I thought, I just cannot go on anymore. I cannot do this anymore. Even though the money was good, it didn't allow me time to live. So what was the point, And most of that extra money that I was earning in the full-time job prior to that I was working still a very busy and hectic part-time role. I was putting into after-school care and vacation care and not being able to go on holidays because every time I asked for holidays, I was declined. And I thought, why am I continuing to ask for permission to take Christmas off? That is bullshit. I just thought, no, there is no way that I can continue doing this. So I reached out to Kylie and I said, what is this business? Because knowing you wouldn't be into a scam. And she said, no. She said, this is definitely not a scam. It's a genuine business, and it's very profitable. It's uncapped income, automation, which means the sales calls are done. You've got all of the training and support. You can earn while you learn. No skills required at all. I'm pretty computer savvy, but I'd never done any sort of marketing, so I had no idea, and I did Facebook scrolling and all that sort of stuff, but I had never really thought about monetizing my social media use, which is essentially, what we're doing, and doing the marketing for another company. So anyway, I jumped in and I said, but I haven't found anything out about the business yet. What I need to know more. And she said, just trust me, trust the process. If you find this isn't a fit for you, the money that you're paying to get into the platform is totally refundable within 14 days. I thought, okay, I can handle that. So $49 US, which is about 76 Australian dollars at the moment. I jumped in, and they take you through this discovery process, which asks you questions that no one has ever asked you before. Things back to your childhood and things that you thought you'd never ever think about. And I was in tears doing this process. I just thought, this is phenomenal. And the process takes you right through. It takes you into, the product and how it all works. And it gets all the complex, answers all your questions basically. And I thought, well, what's the point of double handling if I could have found out that from Kylie, but then I've just found out once. It's all in front of me on a screen. I'm taken through that process, and it was just a beautiful process. Beautiful process. Then I invested and I jumped in, and here I am, and my life has completely changed. We're off to Japan in a few weeks with the team to celebrate Enagic's 50th anniversary. We've just booked a major cruise holiday from Hawaii next year. I'm also going to be planning on the Dubai event, which is happening next November as well, and taking the family there. We've been invited on a cruise down around the bottom end of Australia for our good friend's 40th early in the year, and all of that is, totally possible now. And I'm still working part-time at the moment, but essentially that's just paying for my Facebook ads at the moment. So, and I actually enjoy working where I am, but I do plan on being out of that part-time job before the end of 2024. And my life is just completely different now. I've got time to take the kids to sports after school. We can go on the weekends when we want. I can take time off when I want. We can afford to do stuff. I can pay all my bills. We can buy what we want, grocery shopping. I can fill the car up with fuel and I have to check the bank account all the time. And I just want you to trust me, trust the process, and jump in like I did and follow the discovery process and work out whether it is for you or not. Trust me, it is going to be worth it. And if at the end of that process you find out that it doesn't align with you, then you get your money back. You get a refund of that money. But I can guarantee you it will change your life. And if you don't jump in and go through this process and go, no, that's not for me, without even having a look, like you don't even know what it's about, then you're still going to be in the same predicament that you're in now in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, and your situation's never going to change. And something that I always say to myself and other people as well is, what is keeping you so loyal to a life that has you so stuck? You've got to you got to change your circumstances. You are your own hero. You have to come and you have to save yourself from the situation you're in, and this is that solution. You've reached out to me for a reason. You've told me that you're a 10 out of 10, wanting to commit to changing your life. This is what that 10 out of 10 process involves, and I can't wait to mentor you and see where this business takes you. I am very excited for you and for this process moving forward. See you later.